Chuck Tanner in there. Chuck Tanner awaiting the presence of one of the most controversial figures in professional wrestling today. This is a non-title match. Chuck Tanner to meet the reigning Intercontinental Champion. Look at him smiling, that smirk, on his way to the ring, on his way to display his brand of excitement, his brand of so-called magnificence. What this man Muraco has done last several weeks certainly does not speak well of conduct, allegedly becoming of a champion. In unison, this capacity crowd, we want Stuka. We want Stuka. You bet they do.
I wonder if Muraco really would want Stuka now. I don't think he would want Stuka because he knows exactly how Stuka feels. And what he did to Stuka, Vince, Muraco is going to pay for it one way or the other. Either he's going to lose his wrestling career or his championship, one of the two, or both.
Well, Mr. Muraco knows full well that dues will be paid. Now, Muraco may be refusing to wrestle. Referee putting the count on Muraco. Muraco may be counted out.
Now, Muraco, regardless of what happens, he always pays attention. Always pays attention to the count.
Although I must say, Pat, when the fans in unison like this, in mass, when they get on someone's case, especially like Muraco, they can really get on your case. I don't care how much you try and ignore the fans. You cannot ignore them. They just confuse you, befuddle you, and that could have the same effect on Muraco. Let's take a look now as he's ready to lock up in action with his opponent, Chuck Tanner. Here we go.
This is a commercial break. 2 weeks from tonight, on Saturday, July 16th, in the Felt Forum of Madison Square Garden, Budweiser presents Full Contact Karate. Join motion picture star Chuck Norris and former boxing great Ken Norton ringside for this summer's super fight. Don the Dragon Wilson defending the world light heavyweight crown against New York Steve Valencia. Don't miss 3 world championship title fights plus special team competitions. Tickets are on sale at the Garden box office and all Ticketron outlets for Full Contact Karate 2 weeks from tonight, the Felt Forum in Madison Square Garden.
Did you see that maneuver?
Incredible. He's really out to punish Tanner. Because Muraco probably knows somewhere Stuka is probably watching the television screen. Look at that.
Again, finally the fans really getting on Muraco. And it is definitely having an effect. And whether or not Chuck Tanner can capitalize on this remains to be seen. Tanner to the midsection of Muraco. Another elbow. Now Tanner going to work on Muraco. Gives him a whip to the rope. No. Oh, look at that. That's like running into a brick wall. Did you see that, Pat?
Muraco is something else. He's quick. Tanner is not a bad little wrestler himself, but he hasn't had a chance with Muraco. We can say whatever we want about Muraco, and he's a great wrestler. He knows his wrestling. But the attitude that he goes about, it's going to cost him a lot.
Off the rope. Look at that. Right into Chuck Tanner. These fans are not going to leave Muraco alone. It looks like they're going to drive him nuts.
You know, Muraco, you can punish him, hurt him, but maybe 6-7 months later, he can come back into wrestling. An injury, you can always heal that. But taking the championship away from him, that would hurt him more than anything else. He's walking around 10 feet tall with a belt around his waist. That's what he loves the most, the championship.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Reverse pile driver. Very, very dangerous maneuver, and I'm sure it's going to be it. That's it.
Muraco, after hammering away on Chuck Tanner. These fans are not going to leave this man alone until either we have Snuka in there or we have a new Intercontinental Champion. They are on his case. The fans indeed are on the case of Muraco. My goodness. All right, we take you back now. What we saw moments ago with Chuck Tanner. Here, scooping his man up. Has him right where he wants it. Reverse pile driver. Holds him up there, lets him think about it for a while. Then from there, just jams this man's head right down. Look at that, the compression. That's enough to snap your spine right in two. The picture description to accounts is strictly prohibited by the World Wrestling Federation as we take a look at truly, ladies and gentlemen, a most unique individual in professional wrestling. Perhaps the most unique in professional sport today. Look at the hair, very heavy hair, almost like fur. No hair on the head at all except the eyebrow. And look at the unorthodox styles of the animal, George Steele. Here we go with the action. George Steele locking up with Chuck Tanner.
This is a commercial break. This Monday night, July 11th, the Meadowlands Arena, East Rutherford, New Jersey. It is going to be the greatest night of pro wrestling ever held at the beautiful new arena. On the card, you'll see the Invaders go after the Samoans for the tag team title. The Steel Cage return matchup with Andre the Giant and Big John Studd. And then the culmination, perhaps, of a feud. Bob Backlund, Sergeant Slaughter, the WWF title on the line. A Texas death match this Monday at the Meadowlands Arena.
Now, Pat, you tell me. Here, he throws Tanner to the buckle. In from there, starts going for the corner pad. Look at this. Oh, no. Nasty stuffing's all down in there. All that sweat and what have you. Look at this. Now the animal. Look, 2 handfuls of that garbage, throwing it out to the fans.
There's no rhyme and reason of what he does.
Look at that.
He's forgetting completely what he's in there for.
Oh, look at that face. He still has a handful of it. Raked it into the eyes. Raked it right into the eyes of Chuck Tanner. Ah. Referee justifiably has stopped this. Tanner outside. The animal. Oh, no. The animal, George Steele. Tanner down again to the iron gate outside. Trying to maintain order is absolutely impossible. Oh, no.
This man does not belong in a ring. I don't care what anyone said. Look at the referee outside the ring. There is no match at all. This is not a match.
Definitely not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at this. Unbelievable. Tanner, no. Don't just cross the arm, the elbow. We've had enough of this. We'll be back. We'll get some order here, and we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. In the ring at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Tanner from Boston, listed 225 pounds. As Chuck Tanner is set to step into the ring, or in the ring already, scheduled to meet a man just about ready to step into the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii. There he is. Look at the smile on his face. One of the most eccentric, one of the most gifted talents in World Wrestling Federation today, the magnificent Muraco. Very controversial individual, Mr. Muraco.
Well, Vince, without a doubt, he is a great wrestler. He knows wrestling. He can do anything in the ring that a man can do. He is a champion.
Uh-oh, you hear the chant from this capacity crowd. We want Snuka. Muraco trying to get ready here for action, but no doubt the fans are disturbing him.
Taking this commercial break, Saturday night, July 30th, Madison Square Garden. Phenomenal wrestling action, to say the least, with the six-man tag team matchup. The three Samoans taking on Ivan Putski, Dusty Rhodes, and Andre the Giant. The magnificent Muraco and Superfly Snuka. Need we say any more for the Intercontinental title? And Bob Backlund does indeed still reign supreme as WWF champion. So on July 30th in the Garden, the opponent will be George the Animal Steele.
Finally, the referee hopefully will assert himself and get things rolling here.
Well, he can't stand having the fans yelling at him that we want Snuka. And when he turns around and looks at the fans, all he sees is posters of Snuka, pictures of Snuka's, Snuka's names everywhere, and he's really upset.
Chuck Tanner locking up now with the magnificent Muraco. To the chest, meant nothing. Muraco yelling, come on, come on. Oh. Over the hip, look at that.
You know what makes Muraco so tough? Of course, his wrestling ability is great. That he is ring-wise. He's one of the...
Oh, a standing drop kick. It would make Salvatore Bellomo jealous. Did you see that? How nicely that was done.
Very well done.
Tanner up in the air. Ooh. Down to the canvas. And Muraco driving in has hooked the leg and gets a 3 count, just like that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful wrestling maneuver.
So now the magnificent Muraco. Once again, another victory under his belt.
You want to hurt Muraco, the best way to do it is to take that championship belt away from him. That will hurt Muraco more than anything else.
Mr. Muraco, not too appreciative of some of the comments about ringside.
I guess Muraco must feel that if someone can take the belt away from him, it can be Snuka.
Magnificent Muraco, victorious. We'll take a look at what we saw moments ago. Here, this young man, Chuck Tanner. No contest. No, sir, none at all. By the way, for those of you who wish to comment on this week's All-Star card, we should like to give you an address, and while we have the address up, quickly read to you a comment made from the Thomas family from Auburn, New York. We have received so many comments, and certainly welcome. We obviously cannot read them all on the air. To whom it may concern, just a quick note to tell you how much we enjoy the program. We never miss the action. We will not move from the television set while wrestling is on. Keep up the good work. The Thomas family, Auburn, New York. Nice to get comments like that.
Beautiful. I'm happy to hear that.
We shall return as we continue with Tito Santana in our feature matchup as he takes on Don Fernodal. Exception to these fans chanting Page Pond. We want Snuka. Lou Albano, the manager, in there, the opponent of the magnificent Muraco. Young Chuck Tanner. Tanner lifted only at 222 pounds from Westerly, Rhode Island. He's going to have a time of it here. Look at this. Look at the breadth of those shoulders. My goodness.
Muraco.
Here we go. Muraco ready to step into the ring and have at it with Chuck Tanner.
Taking this commercial break, Monday night, September 26th, will be a date for professional wrestling to make an appearance in Westbury, Long Island at the Westbury State University. Signed to appear that night will be sensational Rocky Johnson and Big John Studd in Westbury, New York on the 26th of September. Then on the 28th of September in Freeport, Long Island at the Freeport High School Gym, you'll see one of the greats, Chief Jay Strongbow, in addition to Ivan Putski at the Freehold Long Island High School Gym on September the 28th.
Again, after the clean break, tying up now with Chuck Tanner. Tanner likewise returning the clean break. Get a smile on that fan's face. He's something.
Very cocky attitude.
Tanner, driving a knee to the midsection. Muraco, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that slap there with Muraco with his manager Lou Albano a moment ago. He lived, obviously, moments ago, when we saw the return to the World Wrestling Federation of young Eddie Gilbert. And, of course, Buddy Rogers' corner with Mr. Gilbert. We were at a different location. That was by way of videotape. We are back here, of course, on All Star Wrestling. Eddie Gilbert, quite impressive in his first outing, returning to the World Wrestling Federation. Uh-oh, look at this now. Muraco. Ooh, wow. Bottom rope, you can see it snap back underneath the chin on the throat area of Chuck Tanner, who wisely is outside the ring. Oh, wait a minute.
Look at this.
Slump. That belly, huh? Tanner. Uh-oh. Tanner brought right back in by Muraco.
You can actually see the wrestling ability that Muraco has. He has a cocky attitude, Vince. He knows he's a great wrestler. He knows he's a champion. The only way that you're going to hurt Muraco...
Drop kick. How about that? Caught him off guard. No. Oh. No, missing.
The only way you're going to hurt Muraco is by taking the championship away from him.
Uh-oh. Oh. Can you believe that? A one-arm pile driver. Held him down with his index finger. Muraco looking in a disdain with the referee a moment ago and allows Lou Albano to raise his hand.
Muraco didn't want the referee to raise his hand.
Let's take a look at what we saw moments ago now. Here Muraco, with no problem at all, scooping up Chuck Tanner. And we'll have the one-arm pile driver. By the way, those of you wishing to comment on this week's All-Star Wrestling and certainly wishing to comment. In the ring at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Garea from Auckland, New Zealand, who has shared the laurels of the co-holdership of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team title more than any one man. Look at that. Coming into the ring now. A tag team combination that's really making waves. Tiger Chung Lee leading the pack. Behind Tiger Chung Lee, Mr. Fuji, who himself, second only to Tony Garea, has shared the honors of being a tag team champion more times than anyone else save Tony Garea. Fuji, the master of the martial arts, as is, of course, Tiger Chung Lee, and they have been doing exceedingly well for themselves as of late in the World Wrestling Federation. They're managed by Louis Albano, which has caused some deal of concern. I would think it's caused some deal of concern. As a matter of conjecture, I would think the Samoans are wondering whether or not where Lou Albano's allegiances and alliances really are. I don't know.
I would be thinking the same way if I was the Samoans. But Lou Albano is not all that dumb. I'm sure he's got everything in control. I like to think that he's dumb.
Oh, no. Not by a long shot. Not when you've managed 14 tag team championship combinations. No, sir. You are far from being dumb. You may be a lot of things, some of which are unmentionable here on television, but you're not dumb. No. Albano there with Mr. Fuji, Tiger Chung Lee, and preparing for their matchup against Tony Garea and Tony's tag team partner Chuck Tanner. Lou Albano certainly taking his time. We shall have action, I'm sure, some time from now. Lou Albano finally out, and we're just about ready to begin.
Among the great bouts coming to the Philadelphia Spectrum on Saturday, October 22nd, Tito Santana will oppose Samoan number 2. Sensational Rocky Johnson meets Samoan number 1. Iron Mike Sharp and Big Swede Hansen have a lot to settle in their return bout, shall we say, a grudge match. And then the straps go on the wrist, respectively, of the magnificent Muraco and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. The Intercontinental title, the return bout 2 weeks from tonight at the Spectrum.
Garea in the grasp of Tiger Chung Lee. Having quite a bit of success, Pat, individually in the World Wrestling Federation, but he's had a tremendous amount of success. As a matter of fact, Tiger Chung Lee and Mr. Fuji thus far undefeated in the World Wrestling Federation as a tag team combination. They're really coming into their own.
They are, and I would say, Vince, they could be the most vicious team in wrestling as a combination. We all know what kind of man Mr. Fuji is, so the two combined together, very, very dangerous team to step in a ring with. Fuji, there's nothing he likes better than to punish wrestlers, especially American wrestlers.
Tony Garea taking the punishment here at the moment. Tiger Chung Lee using the martial arts skills he has developed through the years. Has him up. Tiger Chung Lee, Lou Albano looking on. That chop, tag is made. Chuck Tanner coming in quickly. Stopped in his tracks by Tiger Chung Lee. Look at, oh my! Chung Lee with that kick to the back of the head drove Chuck Tanner face first down into the canvas.
Incredible speed, timing. Well, Tanner didn't have a chance to do anything at all.
Not at all. He came off the rope like a shot and was knocked down head first into the canvas. We'll go back, take a look at the victory here of Mr. Fuji. Tiger Chung Lee, look at that. Off down the rope. You'll see Tiger Chung Lee position himself. Look at this. Ooh, right up. And look at that. My goodness, he'll leave his mark on that canvas, I'm sure, for some time to come. Unfortunate for Chuck Tanner. Very fortunate for Lou Albano's new combination here that's really going places. Mr. Fuji and Tiger Chung Lee.